TV, what an absolute performance we've just been treated to by the under-21s. It finishes, of course, not here in Lions TV Towers. It wasn't even at Sheffield United. It was at Chesterfield's ground. And it finished Sheffield United under-21s 0, Millwall under-21s 3. Another fantastic performance from Kevin Nugent's Young Lions. That is 10 goals in the last 2 games and 0 goals conceded. The under-18s won a couple of weeks ago, 12-0 as well, away at QPR. So really, really exciting times at the club for the youth teams. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but why do none of them ever, hardly ever, end up making that final step up into the first team? Before we get into the match and the team news, let's take a quick look at the under-21s current league tables. Now, there's a Group A and there's a Group B. Okay, basically that's Northern and Southern. Sheffield United currently sit 3rd in the Northern section, or Group A if you want to call it that, as you can see there. And the Young Lions are flying high at the top of Group B, clear of QPR in 2nd place. I'm not completely sure how the format works, but I do know that today was a league game and you play some of the Northern sides in this tournament, this league, whatever it is, and that does count on your league table. But as I said, I can't completely guarantee you exactly how the format works. It's a little bit confusing, but look, win all your games and you win everything there is to win. And at the minute, that's exactly what Kevin Nugent's side are doing. The starting 11 was Ethan Waddy in goal. Ethan Waddy is, of course, the young goalkeeper that we got on a free from Chelsea. First time I've seen him play, he had a Peter Cech-style helmet on while playing the game. And it was quite refreshing. He didn't have loads to do until the second half, where he made one really, really good save. But he actually looks like a goalkeeper. He's got the presence of a goalkeeper. I've said this a million times before, that we get goalkeepers coming through our youth, or even in the first team, that they haven't got that presence. They don't look like a big old lump in the goal and intimidating for the opposition. But Ethan Waddy definitely did look like that. And what he had to do, he did well. At left back, I've looked this up. It was Zach Myers. Now, Zach Myers, I'm putting 2 and 2 together and I can well be getting 10. But look, Zach Myers, same name as Andy Myers. I not really think I've seen Myers before this season. Andy Myers, of course, was the assistant of Joe Edwards until very, very recently. Same position, left back, similar stature, like very well built, absolute tank, and left footed as well. And I know Andy Myers has got children. One of them, I've tried to look it up. Believe me, I've been down a Google wormhole trying to find it. One of his sons does definitely play football in the non-leagues, and I'm going with this, that it is Andy Myers' son. I could be completely wrong there, but regardless, he did play well at left back. George Walker captained the side at right back. Like George, seen a lot of him. Really strong, quick, pacey defender that likes to get forward, but does his defensive duties really, really well. Also, centre-backs were McKay and Evans. Bangura and Stevenson were central midfielders, with Shamar Lawson in a 10, Nana Boateng on one wing, Abdul Malik on the other wing, and Tom Leahy as a central striker. Not seen Tom Leahy for ages. Seb Drodds also missing in action. Two of those players that are really, really good in Kevin Nugent's side. And Leahy, I'll get on to how he played in a minute, but he was actually removed after, I think, 58 minutes. So I'm guessing that he's just coming back from an injury, but my God, he did his job as well. The game started, as I said, it was at Chesterfield's ground. Bit of a bobbly pitch, and it was 100 miles an hour, and it started very physical, quite scrappy. But Sheffield United actually get the ball in the net after about 5 minutes. They come down our right-hand side, ball across the face of the box, and their guy mixed it at the far post with a header pass Waddy, but it was disallowed for offside, and that was pretty much Sheffield United's involvement as an attacking force in the game over. We started coming back into it a little bit. Okay, and then slowly we started to take over, and we had a good opportunity to get level almost instantly. Shamar Lawson does really well, along with Nana Boateng. A little exchange between those two, and Lawson fires into the side netting. Then, we create a few more chances without really bothering their goalkeeper, but eventually we get the opening goal, and it's really, really good work from Oliver Evans at centre-back. Wins the ball very, very high up the pitch for in the Sheffield United, attacking sense. Goes in on his knee, slide tackles, wins it, bounces up, powers forward. over halfway, feeds Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik's running towards goal. He's got options left. He's got options right. He's got options everywhere. But he carries it into the area, onto his weak foot, a left foot, away from goal. And I'm screaming at the laptop, fucking pass it. But he knows better than me. He fires it across the goalkeeper, low into the bottom corner. A really, really good finish. And the Lions are 1-0 up. We almost score again straight afterwards. Shamal Lawson played really well centre mid along with Bangura Williams. They were pulling the strings. They were pressing Sheffield United high. They kept turning them over and then releasing others to get in on goal with limited Sheffield United defenders about. And it is Shamal Lawson again that does the work, turns them over, slots in Abdul Malik. And this is the more frustrating side of Abdul Malik, where he runs in on goal. He's past the defender, outpaces him. He's not bearing down the keeper. He's a little bit further out than that. And he could have just popped it. Keeper was well out of his goal. But he sort of starts dropping his shoulders and shimmying, which allows the defender to catch back up. He eventually shoots, which is blocked, and it flies over the bar. Another chance what we got with Tom Leahy. Again, Abdul Malik does well on this occasion. Feeds Leahy, and he, maybe he's out of practice because he's been injured, but he controlled the ball and he tried to cut back on his left foot when he could have just shot. Eventually, his scuff shot comes off a Sheffield United player, and Bangura Williams should have scored, scuffs it again and fires it just wide. Then we do score a second goal, okay? But just like Sheffield United's won in the opening 5 minutes, it gets disallowed, and it's a really, really good goal. I actually went, oh no! I was physically and emotionally disappointed when that one was disallowed, because it was a really good goal. We turn them over again. We're flying through. Nana Boateng involved. Shamal Lawson involved again, as well as Bangura Williams. Lots of interchanging passing, people passing, getting beyond, into the area, little triangles. And then the ball comes to Bangura Williams, who basically scores, okay? He puts the ball across the goalkeeper, and it's pretty much in. And Tom Leahy tries to goal snatch it, and taps it in on the line. It was already going in. There was no one else around. But I suppose you could say as a striker, he's got to make sure that it's the back of the net. And it gets disallowed for offside. So Leahy, obviously the culprit in that instance, but he made amends not once but twice within minutes. It's another really good sweeping move from left to right, which we did a lot in the game, attacking at pace, ideas, conviction. We worked the ball wide to Tom Leahy, who's on the left-hand side of the box. He cuts in, left foot curler, where he's right behind it with a camera angle. It cannons back off the post, comes back out, and there was loads of bodies in the way. But Shamal Lawson, who has been on loan at Maidstone United last season, finished really, really well, composed amongst a body of players. That's 2-0. And then at this point, Sheffield United were absolutely shot to pieces. And Tom Leahy himself does the work this time, assists himself, nicks the ball off one of their defenders, carries it through and calmly slots it past the goalkeeper for 3-0. It was a brilliant first 45, 3 goals, 1 disallowed, 1 at the post. It could have been 5 or 6, and it's really refreshing to see. But just at the back of my mind, there's that nagging, why don't these players go on? We see it happen last week. I mentioned it on social media, started this week, with Nino Abdelmalaki, who's out on loan, doing really well at Sutton, got man of the match under Steve Morrison. Why don't these players make that final transition into the first team? Because, going into the second half, and it was a lot quieter, substitution started to be made. As I said, Leahy comes off, and we bring on a player called, I've never heard of him, Cavalli Hayward. It's a fucking great name. I looked the guy up, you wouldn't want to fucking row with him. He's an absolute tank, big lump dreads, strong centre forward, and he looked lively. And I looked him up, and I thought, he looked exactly what we sort of need in the first team. Not that I'm saying he's at that level yet to be in the first team. And I looked him up. He's actually from the under-18s, and he scored all 4 goals last month against Bristol City in a 4-1 win. So we've definitely got the players there. As I said, other players came off, and we took our foot off the gas, but we saw a different side of us in the second half. The game was won. We think we knew that, and I think the message from the Sheffield United manager at half-time would have been just don't concede in the second half. But we fought for everything. We carried on battling for everything. Bodies on the line, flying his tackles right down to the 92nd minute, where Myers is in. He's chasing back his man. He manages to win the ball off him, takes it away from him, right by the corner flag, gets brought down. And it was just a really, really solid performance. There was a chance for Cavalli, who hit a nice volley on the turn. Good save by their keeper, and a good save from Ethan Wadley as well, that I mentioned earlier. 2 hands strong, gets his clean sheet. So look, a really, really good performance, a 3-0 win against a side. Didn't we play these in the final last year of something, some competition? This competition, I don't know. This competition, if you haven't noticed by now, is clearly baffling me. But as I said, I just love watching the 21s. I have done for many years. I fizzled out from it for a bit. That's why I have other work commitments on. But I'm really enjoying it now. And luckily, I saw someone's post today that I knew it was on. It was on Sheffield United's YouTube channel to stream for free, by the way. So take note of that. Our club, I know they're a Premier League side, but their 21's acting a lot like their first team at the minute. An absolute spanking by Kevin Nugent's team. Well done, boys. Safe journey home. And it finishes 3-0, which will extend our lead at the top of the AB, North, Southern, whatever it is, division. Expect more silverware to come and more good things from a really, really exciting group of young players. On this basis, I'll be doing this video and watching that game just now. I didn't get the preview film today. So if you are a member, I do apologise. It won't be out tonight. I will get it out tomorrow, sort of 12 o'clock-ish for you. And it'll be live for the public viewing on YouTube from around 8 p.m. for West Bromwich Albion at home on Good Friday in beautiful South Bermondsey. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.